basketball, dude. If I played basketball too, I'd be passionate. I mean, you guys can see I'm a passionate person. You can turn down that mic a little bit if you need. Man, the quicker you get out of victim mentality and into extreme ownership, and you figure out we all have gifts. I truly believe 9 billion people weren't put on this planet for no reason. So you have to find out what your gift is and hone in on it. And build on it and find your success.
Samir, thank you so much for the closing keynote. That was the perfect way to end FLS this year. What does it mean to you to be invited back home to speak in front of an audience like this? You seem like such an experienced speaker, but was this different in any way?
I think more than anything, it was really emotional for me, right? It was extremely emotional for me to just know that I'm the first person in my family to be born outside of the country. So to get an opportunity to come back to my heritage, my culture, my bloodline, a place where I have all my roots connected to, and get an ability to just make a little bit of an impact on some of the people in the stands, and especially the kids that are hopefully going to shape this country into being a powerful one again. I'm just excited for having that opportunity, and just super grateful to get a chance to show just a little bit of my experience thus far.
Man, see, what people don't realize, that's about 5%. People standing on this stage today that spoke, that's 5%. There's a lot of people in this room that have worked years, studied for years to acquire the knowledge that they've acquired. That's 95% of it. That's what we don't see. See, we see the 5% of people standing up on the stage and talking, and they're like, man, these guys are knowledgeable. These girls are knowledgeable. No, 95% of it is the stuff that we don't see. As you guys start to find your own successes in the world and your own industries, you'll come to find out that everybody works hard. Everybody. It's the number one recipe to success. But working long, that's your next separator.
I noticed a lot of the students came up to you after the talk to you, to ask you to take pictures. Is there anything that stood out?
I just think it goes to show you how passionate these kids are themselves. I think during my speech, a lot of these kids almost heard their own stories in my story, and so it's not that I inspired them or that I impacted them. I think that they themselves were just able to hear their own stories in my story, and that inspired them to be able to hopefully go and create a great legacy for themselves.
What a wonderful final thought to leave us with. Thank you so much. We hope to see you next year.
Thank you.
Excellent speaker, so first to say. And I loved your energy on the stage, and I believe you are truly the embodiment of the two things that you said today, so confidence and gratitude. So I believe that you are really walking that thin line between confidence and gratitude, and I mean, you're not bluffing. I can see that you are very real and very true to yourself. So just thank you. Your speech really got through to me, so thank you so much.
Eddie, this is the 4th year. FLS this year, if I may say so, was incredible. Now, you've also become a father recently. You work with young people every day. You obviously think a lot about the future and the future of the youth of this country. Is there anything you'd like to say, something to reflect on, anything that stood out this year?
The conference has been fantastic, and I keep saying this every year. It gets better and better because we bring more and more speakers. We bring more amazing stories to youth in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I think what's important for me and the message that I want to send to young people is we are laying the foundations of a modern state, the foundations of a, society that will support you along the way. When you have big dreams, we want to be there to support you to achieve those dreams. We want to provide you with things that we may not have had along the way when we were climbing up the ladder and moving up in the world. The foundation, the conference are basically places where people come together to share stories, to show humbleness, to support each other, and to grow together.
Miralim, as one of the board members this year and a past speaker, how do you think this year's FLS is coming along?
First, thanks for having me and speaking here. I think it's a great honor to be here at every FLS so far. And there's definitely the one thing we're missing is a huge up-leveling of the organization itself. So the staff of the foundation has done a tremendous job putting all this together, and I think it's really worth emphasizing that this is very, very much volunteer-based. It's a lot of volunteers, put a lot of effort, and I really want to thank them for that. I think the speakers, the organization, the venue, everything so far is extremely well done, and I'm really proud of everybody who's been involved.
So as someone who is very successful and very busy, how do you find that being part of events like this, what does it mean to you?
It means everything. I think it's really important. I think we especially being on a board and being part of the foundation as a mentor over the last 6 years and just being active in this great story of ours and in the country that we all, whether we live here or not, that we love, right? It means everything. I think we as leaders have to lead by example. I think it's really, really important for us to make a conscious effort to come here. I mean, both you and I, flying out here from the US, it's not easy, it's not cheap, right? But I think it really sets a great standard for everybody else. And I think I was so extremely pleased and happy and proud to see so many speakers coming from all over the world this year. I think
Talked about most of the positive things, but what about some of the challenges? Putting on an event like this with almost 500 people cannot be easy.
That's right. I think it's a great question to ask. I think it's really important for me to stress, again, being part of the board, and that, while this sounds and it looks amazing and all the hard work has paid off now that we're here, I think it didn't come at a cheap cost. I think it was very challenging, a lot of time consuming for a lot of people, but it also, at a price in terms of just monetarily speaking, right? Financially speaking. And so for us, I think it was challenging to get the sponsorships in place at the right time. And I think, chasing a lot of people to help us, all the companies that agreed to sponsor, I'm really thankful. We are so blessed to have them. We love each one of them. But I think the key learning for us is, start earlier next year, start planning much earlier. And also I think for anybody here watching this, and any of you, like whether you're a student or an active participant, a donor, sponsor, a scholarship of ours, help spread the word. I think, anything you might think that requires massive amounts of money doesn't. Like, even symbolic gestures of 100 marks or 500 as a company goes a long way for us to organize something like this, because it would really be a shame if we don't find ways to continue to inspire these youth of this country and put up conferences like these in the years to come.
That is a beautiful message, Manal. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely, anytime.